The ready is a less common but flexible opening that controls the center with the knight before committing a pawn. Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares. g3 prepares to fianchetto the light-squared bishop to g2, where it will control the center from the long diagonal. d5 takes space in the center and attacks the e4 and c4 squares. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. c5 takes space in the center, controls the d4 square, and prepares to develop the knight behind the c-pawn. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. A solid choice. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. This strikes at the center with the pawn, trying to gain space. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. White develops the bishop and attacks the center. This forces the opponent to isolate a pawn. Takes back. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This is the strongest option. One more piece joins the action, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. This is a fair move. Very precise. This allows the opponent to kick a bishop. This misses an opportunity to kick a bishop. This maintains the balance and material with a good trade. Recaptures. This loses a pawn. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. One of the best moves. That's fine. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. The pawn is now adequately defended. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. The game was close to equal, but now Black has the advantage. Black had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This is an equal trade. Takes back. A very strong play. This is the only move that works. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This maintains the balance and material with a good trade. This forces the opponent to isolate a pawn. Takes back. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This threatens to win a rook through a discovered attack. This prevents the opponent from being able to win a rook through a discovered attack. Right on target. This is an equal trade. This is the strongest option. Very precise. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This threatens to tactically win a knight. This overlooks a better way to move a knight to safety. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. Right on target. This is the strongest option. This is not the right idea. This overlooks an opportunity to double rooks on a single file. This is a fair move. That's fine. This wins a tempo by threatening a knight and forcing it to move away. This frees a pinned pawn, allowing it to provide defense. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This evades the check from the rook. Very precise. This breaks a pin, enabling a pawn to provide needed defense. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Right on target. This is a fair move. A solid choice. One of the best moves. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This misses an opportunity to defend a rook that was under attack. This is the only move that works. This defends the attacked pawn. The game was close to balance, but now white is worse. Only one move worked there. This wasn't it. This missed an opportunity to punish a mistake. This is the strongest option. This permits the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This attacks a bishop, winning a tempo when it moves away. This moves the bishop to safety. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This threatens to tactically win a knight. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically win a knight. This steps away from the checking rook. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This threatens to tactically win a knight. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a knight. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This overlooks an opportunity to offer an equal trade of pieces. Very precise. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Right on target. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. This is the strongest option. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. That's fine. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This threatens to win material by checking the king away from its defense. This threatens to pin a knight. That was a free pawn. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. This misses a better way to move a knight to safety. Very precise. Recaptures. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. The game is still close to equal, but black lost their advantage. There was only one good move there, and white did not spend enough time trying to find it. The knight finds a new active square. Right on target. Pushing a pass pawn. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This moves the knight to safety. This steps away from the checking knight. This move puts the knight on a safer square. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. The pass pawn moves towards its goal. Placing a rook behind an opposing pass pawn can inhibit the pawn's ability to promote. This defends the attacked pawn. This moves the rook to safety. This is the only good move. This evades the check from the rook. This moves the bishop to safety. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble. This evades the check from the rook. Black finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning up. This defends a bishop that was under attack and had no defenders. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble, winning a pawn. Takes back. Black finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning a pawn. This evades the check from the rook. That pawn was free for the taking. This is the strongest option. This move puts the rook on a safer square. Very precise. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. A very strong play. A solid choice. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. One of the best moves. This blocks black's pawn. Right on target. A very strong play. The pawn is now passed. That was a free pawn. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. A solid choice. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. One of the best moves. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. This move puts the rook on a safer square. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. Very precise. This defends the attacked pawn. A very strong play. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure.